We're doing all right. We're doing all right. So, the squirrel, Jeff McNeil, is back. We're happy to have you, dude. Great to see that mug of yours. How you holding up?
It's been going all right. Still down in still down in St. Lucie, and trying to stay in shape, trying to stay ready. So hanging in there.
You and the family are good, and the cats and dogs and that whole zoo you got over there good.
Yeah, we're all good. Wife's good. Got Willow and Mac down here, and they're good as well. So it's nice having them around too. So keeps us entertained.
Ordinarily, you would be down in St. Louis for what, like a month or so, and then obviously get to work. So are you just going to be staying there for indefinitely?
Yeah, I mean, for right now, I'm staying down here till kind of we hear more news. I think once we kind of get closer, we're in we know we're going to start up in a couple weeks or something like that. I might go back to California for a week or two, just to kind of see some family and stuff, and then head back out. But
one last while with that before the grind begins again, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, but right now,
it's the case.
Yeah, right now it's the best to be out here, and I'm enjoying it. So,
have you ever been down at Port St. Lucie?
I was down there as a kid, I think like 10-ish years old, and I remember I got 2 autographs. I threw like my glove over the fence. Frank Viola, Darryl Boston. What a random And I got it on my actual the glove I played with because I was in Little League at the time. It was such a because you can't play with it, and I had to go with a new glove, and that's the reason I'm not a pro baseball player is because I got it too early.
Can't use a glove.
Are you Jeff? Are you how do I say? Are you like a student of the game? Are you big on baseball history and the players and the guys you grew up with? Or you?
Not really. I mean, I know kind of like the main history and everything, but I mean, not like the history buff who knows everything that went on in the past. No.
Well, yeah. See, I think that's what we have to do. You just go play. You just be awesome at it. We sit around, studying the stats and learning everything and remember everything. But I guess when you're good at it, no need for that nonsense. Port St. Lucie, man, the reason I ask, Glenn, because most people are not exactly – it's not exactly the most riveting place in the world. It's just spring training. It's just the Mets. And so I can imagine an indefinite stay down there is a little bit boring.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little boring. I mean, there's nothing really to do. The one thing I like about St. Lucie is the golf. I mean, there's golf to play down here at least. So spring training's nice. Basically go play my 5 to 7 innings and then go tee it up. So
how many rounds have you played?
How many rounds have I played?
Yeah.
I'll play once or twice a week right now. The golf courses are still open, so we can get out.
I would have guessed more. I would have thought you're out there playing 2 rounds a day.
That's what I thought.
No, I can't do that. I mean, it's so hot, and I just get tired. And,
right.
So I'm out there, twice a week, and it's been fun. So keeps us busy, gives us something to do while we're kind of quarantined. And
who else do you go out with?
I've been playing a little bit with Nito. So he's still down here, and Walker's down here. So our little group, we kind of get together, stay, far apart. We're social distancing still. I mean, golf's a good social distancing activity. I mean, we're nowhere near each other, so we're not too worried about that or anything. We each have our own cart. We're separate. So
have you heard of this idea that the PGA Tour is supporting out there?
No. What are they saying?
Hang on, my Twitter's freezing right now. So our guy Riggs just tweeted about this. We got a little inside scoop. He swears by it. If I'm wrong on this one, I'll give you whatever. So he said that NBC is planning on trying to do a skins game for coronavirus relief with Rory and DJ versus Ricky Fowler and Matt Wolff.
Yeah, I saw his tweet yesterday about that. Yeah.
Which I feel like Matt Wolff is a little bit of a curveball, but the rest are quite the scene.
Yeah, Matt Wolff is solid though, because he's
young,
right? Young, kind of upcoming guy. He's fun to watch. He's got a funky swing, so I like it.
We got to get you in the mix.
What's up?
How about you replace Matt Wolff and you jump in there?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm still upset that I mean, out of all the things, obviously as a Met fan, I was upset when you got hurt. The fact you couldn't win the Barstool Classic broke my heart. When I
looked at the calendar,
you had it locked, man. I was at Pound Ridge we were at. I think it was Pound Ridge. And the way the ball comes off the club, you have to sound like you do a little baseball term. The way it comes off Jeff McNeil's club is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, no, I was looking forward to that, and unfortunately, couldn't go. I don't know the dates of the Barstool Classic this year, but we got invited back, so I think we're gonna go to Pinehurst.
Nice.
Because we couldn't play in it last year, so I think they're letting us play in it this year. So me and my buddy Brian will be back out there and hopefully win it this year.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm putting my money on you. You're nasty out there, man. What do you have? You ever played Yelp?
Have I ever played where? Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit.
With Cespedes?
Nope, haven't played with him.
Who was better, you or him?
I've never played with him, so I heard it'd be a good match. So I heard he's got a good short game.
Very political answer. Wait, he's got a good short game?
I heard he's got a good short game. That's what Nito told me. I guess who's played with them.
Practice makes perfect. He plays like 70 goals a day during the season. I think so. He's all right.
But, never played with them.
I can see him being one of those freak athletes who's just good at everything. But if I had to guess what would be Yo's strength on the golf course, I would have thought from the tee, he's got to be blasting those balls into fucking orbit.
Yeah, I would imagine so. He's a strong dude. So he's hitting baseballs farther than I've ever seen. So,
man, how great! If he comes back and he's in like that 2015 or anything even remotely close to that shape,
yeah, no, I think he was swinging the bat well in the backfields in spring training. So I know right now, I'm pretty sure he's getting back to full strength, getting healthy. So hopefully when we start up again, he's a major factor in our lineup.
Yo negotiating that contract and losing the incentives, but then the whole thing with the opening day putting pushed back months would be like the all-time win in the history of baseball if he was able to cash in those incentives.
Right? Yeah. Look at that. He's going to get extra months now to do that. That's incredible. He's going to get paid. Good for Yo.
He's gonna tear it up this year for us. So I'm looking forward to watching it.
Do you have any? Well, let's hope it's this year because as every day goes by, I get more and more skeptical about any sort of return. Are you hearing anything? Any like word from the team, the league on anything?
No, we kind of hear what you guys hear. Everything that kind of comes out on Twitter is the same things we hear. We hear about the Arizona proposal, the Florida, the 3 cities, all the same stuff you guys hear is the same stuff we're hearing. So,
do you have a preference on any of those plans?
No, I think as long as we're playing baseball, as long as we're playing baseball, as long as it's safe too. Safe for the players, the families, everything. I don't think we really care what we do. Hopefully, we get a good amount of games in this year. I'd imagine there'll be some double headers and. Hopefully we can get 100-something games in and make it a full season. So we just want to be back out there and playing again.
What's the vibe with the rest of the clubhouse? Is it just that? Is it people just want to play, or is there anybody who's like, I don't want to do these double headers? As a fan, I thought it was a little too much. Like the double headers, the 7 innings, the electronic umpires. A lot of that kind of felt to me like this isn't baseball anymore. This is like some wacky Frankenstein version of it. But
I think everyone wants to play. I haven't really got that kind of this is going to be kind of a bullshit season. It's going to suck, but I think everyone wants to play. We're all staying in shape. We're all going to be ready. So hopefully we can get a couple weeks spring training in, and then whatever the plan is, hopefully it goes well. We can execute it, and everyone stay safe, and hopefully we have a good year.
Yeah, Jeff McNeil just wants to hit baseballs. That's there's a million things that suck about this coronavirus. We know obviously the people getting sick, people dying, everything being shut down. The thought of Jeff McNeil not being able to hit baseballs in a professional game just makes my soul cry. This guy just wants to hit. Get him out on the field. Get him out on the field, Fauci. Do what you have to do, man. Come on.
Yeah, we want to be out there. Just got to make sure it's safe. We're gonna beat this.
I know you say everybody wants to be out there, and I'm sure to some extent it's true, but as from a fan's perspective, there are just certain guys that you feel like when I look at you, it's like I think you need food, water, oxygen, and baseball. Some guys are there for the paycheck. Some guys have already had their career and they're just kind of playing out their final years. But for someone like you who's on the rise and also like lives and breathes it, I feel like it's just killing you.
Yeah, I want to be out there. Want to be performing, want to basically do what I did last year, show the fans what I can do and, show the world. And, it's tough. So, I was having a really good spring training too. And, just to have it get shut down and, I was ready for another big year, and so hopefully I can come back and do the same thing.
How excited are you to have a position?
Yeah, that'll be nice. I mean, I still think I'm going to be doing everything. I think third will be kind of most days, but with this season, if we play so many games, I'll be playing left, right, second. I mean,
couple headers and shit until you can get,
yeah.
We just gotta get you on the mound, bro. Maybe a couple games, a couple innings in relief, and you can check off every box.
Yeah, well, maybe one day in my career play every position. We'll see.
I mean, you could do it. You're a freak, dude. You're one of the most athletic guys out there. It's interesting because, from my point of view, last year, seeing you bounce around the field drove me crazy. Like, this guy's one of the best players. Give him one of these positions and make it his and let him just do his thing. But now this year, the idea of you doing it in a good way, like having it be more of a positive and more of a useful tool rather than we have to do this because our lineup's a mess. It just changes my perspective of the whole thing,
Yeah, I mean, our lineup's pretty pretty set. I mean, we know where every guy's going to play, but guys are going to need days off. We had Conforto with a little injury scare thing in spring training, so I know there was kind of talks about me kind of moving out to right if I needed to, and I mean, it's just nice.
It's a good line.
Kind of I'm like an insurance piece for basically every position. So it's good to have, and we have guys who can play at third base as well. So JD can always go over there, and we got plenty of guys that can handle the hot corner over there.
Jeff, promise me, no matter what happens here, you are not going to put on the tools of ignorance. I do not want my guy who could win a batting title behind home plate at any point. So I know you. Thank you.
I hope that. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm our third string catcher or our emergency catcher. So hopefully that never.
Of course you are. Of course you are. You're emergency everything.
Emergency everything.
You're not.
Hopefully, I think there was like kind of maybe not a scare last year. I think we were down to our second catcher and like Nito got hurt or not didn't get hurt, got hit by a pitch or something. And he was fine. But I mean, I was like, oh shit. I mean, I could do it. I mean, I caught a little bit in high school, and I mean, it's nothing foreign to me.
What can't you do?
I don't know. Chip. I can't chip.
that's what drives them up at night. Keeps them up at night.
Looking at that lineup, though, man, I fondly remember the 2006 Mets and 7 Mets. I mean, that lineup was Hall of Famers and All-Stars top to bottom. And it's been a while since we've had like a formidable lineup like that. And you look at this roster, man, and if people stay healthy, I could it's an injury or a down year or something where guys don't click. But if you, Conforto, and everybody starts clicking, you get the old Robbie Cano. That's a powerhouse team right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think there's a weak spot in our lineup, and we got Nimmo if he's healthy all year too. I mean, he's getting on base, and I mean, he had when he came back last year, he played great. So that's the Nimmo we expect, and he's going to be great at the top of our lineup. And yeah, there's just not a weak spot in our lineup. Especially if we have Cespedes healthy too, and who knows if there's a universal DH and we got Ces in that position. I mean, I think we're built for that.
You like the DH?
Like forever?
Yeah, like I mean, I don't like the DH. I think that
I like pitchers hitting.
Yeah,
it's just what it's kind of always been. We have pitchers who can hit too, so that's always nice. But yeah. I mean, I just think it's kind of more traditional baseball. But I mean, like something like this year, this year's not going to be a normal year. So I mean, if we want to use the universal DH to keep pitchers healthy, all for it. Let's try it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that the DH and the electronic umpires, I think, are inevitable. I think the DH probably sooner than the umpires. But I feel like those are two things that's where the game is going. And I personally don't like it, but it's not even worth putting up the fight anymore because we just know that's where it's headed,
Yeah, I mean, the robotic umpires, that might be – I don't know how I feel. Like, I've seen some of the – I watched some of the Arizona Fall League. I mean, if that's a strike, that's going to be hard to hit sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I love the idea of it's perfect. I mean, like if it's a perfect system, but it's not going to be. I mean, there's gonna be curveballs that are hitting the dirt, that are clipping the bottom of the zone. But the idea of it's awesome. I mean, you want a perfect strike zone, but it's not gonna happen. That's why I mean, the big league umpires are pretty pretty great. I mean, coming from the minor leagues to the big leagues, it's
big difference.
Pretty dramatic. Like okay, like that used to be a strike. That's not a strike. Okay.
Interesting. Kyle, clip that soundbite for umpire Twitter to hear. Umpires are great. Jeff McNeil, big fan of umpires. Big fan.
I mean, there are certain umpires. I feel like when you know an umpire's name, it's a bad sign almost. You know what I mean? Usually those are the guys who are know their names for the wrong reason. And as a fan, I feel like we've been railing against umpires we don't like or screaming during the game. But I bet it'll be interesting if we do this electronic umpires, robotic umpires. I bet you it's going to be good for umpires, the human umpires. I feel like they're going to be like, see, we're not that bad. We're actually better than you think. And
they're
to begin with, and I think
they don't miss very many. They don't miss very many pitches. I mean, there's those ones on there like on the black that we think are balls sometimes that they might be a little bit off, but I mean they're not terrible calls. I mean it's one or two bad calls a game, but that's normal. What are you going to do? I mean, but at the same time, a robotic umpire you're going to have 4 or 5 of those that are hitting the bottom of the zone. That's a bad call. And, it kind of takes the art of catching away too. I mean, catchers learn how to steal. I remember I think Rio Muto is really good at, getting that low strike. And I mean, I remember he sticks some pitches. I go like that. What? That's a strike. Yeah. But I go back and watch it. And he's catching it perfect. He's pulling it up. I'm like, oh, I mean, he caught it well. It sucks sometimes, but I mean, it's that's part of the game too. The catchers work their whole career to be able to frame pitches and get those strikes for the pitcher.
Now, also, won't it affect base stealing? I feel like you're not going to even have to be as crouched down. I feel you can stand in position ready to catch.
Yeah,
ready to throw, and it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're not really worried about catching framing the pitch or anything. It's just catch and throw. You're going to put somebody back.
It's going to totally change that.
It's going to turn into an offensive position. I mean, an offensive position, and the catcher needs to learn how to block. I mean, that's kind of keep the ball in front, and it's going to be someone with a incredible arm. So
that's interesting. I mean, that could really change the entire catcher position. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah,
we do need an umpire somewhere there, though, because we need to have the fights. We need to have, Rojas coming out screaming asking the jackpot. There needs to be someone you can bitch to. Because we need that as fans from home. I'm sure you guys like it when your manager's chirping at someone. It kind of gets the team together. So that needs to be someone just to yell at, just a sounding board. It needs to be behind the plate.
I don't mind that. Yeah, it's nice that when your manager's got your back up there, and there's no chance that's a strike, and he's yelling. I'm like, all right.
Terry Collins is beloved by Mets fans now. They forget all the some of the stuff that drove him crazy just because he asked in the jackpot video league. Everyone's like, I love Terry, bring him back.
Yeah, that and Aaron Boone with the Yankees with the fucking Savages, that. Does that really when that happens? Is there a buzz in the clubhouse? Are people like, fuck yeah, Skip, go get him? Does it really matter?
I mean, it's just nice to know your manager's got your back, and Mickey did. I thought Mickey was awesome with us, and he had all our backs, so we all appreciated that.
How great of a manager was Beltran?
I talked to him one time, man.
Did you have one interaction with him?
I talked to him one time. The whole situation a little unfortunate. I know we were all looking forward to playing for him, but everything happened. Nothing we can really do about it. But I think the hire of Rojas was awesome. He's the best person to come. He's the best person to come in, take the job. Everybody knows him extremely well. Everyone's basically played for him except for the guys, we get from other organizations. Everyone's played for him. So he knows how to communicate with each of us, and he's seen us play, knows our games. So he was in the big leagues last year too as our quality control. So he's had some experience up there and knows what to expect. So that was a great hire. We're all looking forward to playing for him, and he's going to do great things in New York.
Jeff, just like I said, though, a manager that has your back with the umpires, Luis Rojas has your back. He'll kill someone in a fight if he has to, because he is fucking jacked.
He's jacked.
He's huge.
Yeah, the Noah Syndergaard, the tweet. Yeah, we got the most jacked manager in the league. That's correct. He's always in the gym. I remember, even when we were in the minor leagues, whenever we would have to go to the public gyms, we'd go to the 24-hour goal. He's always there. He was always there an hour before us too, and then would work out for 2 hours. And I mean, he'd get his work in, and he's not someone you want to mess with.
No, not probably.
Strong. So
you just mentioned him, Syndergaard. Tough blow for him. Although if you're gonna have it, this might be the season to do it. But like I said earlier about the lineup, it feels like there's always somebody injured or you have a down year when I have an up year, and it never really clicks. And that pitching staff, what could have been with those 5 guys dating back to 14 and 15, and when I saw the news that he was out, it kind of felt like the nail in the coffin for that regime. Like I feel like it's still kind of been the same team that went to the World Series, but now I think it's officially kind of a new era for you guys. And I hope he comes back stronger than ever. But man, that's a tough one to hear.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really know he was hurt. I mean, I think some of the pitchers knew. Like, yeah, he was kind of his elbows. I think his elbow was barking a little bit. So
don't you
say that word? PTSD.
Anytime I hear the elbows barking, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, but he got checked out. But I mean, it might be best case, with the shortened season, and Brody did a great job bringing in Walker and Porcello too. So we have some depth. So we got 5 great starters still. And they're gonna do good things for us too. And Noah being out hurts. I know he's an incredibly hard worker. He's gonna come back, stronger than ever. So he's always in the gym, and he takes care of his body. So he's gonna come back strong. Hopefully, throwing just as hard and just as well. So I'm not too worried about him. He'll come back next year and do some good things for us.
Jeff, I take no great pleasure in saying this, but we remember our first interview and we said about us, the Mets fans, being crazy, but we also say this franchise just knows how to fuck with our brains. And the fact that we have gone through just the offseason, we've hired a manager, lost a manager, potentially had a new owner, which I know you can't talk on, lost that new owner, and we just lost our number 2 pitcher to Tommy John surgery in a quarantine when no one's playing. So let me just say, Jeff, you're experiencing what we've been experiencing over the years. You now have a little insight to what we've been living.
Are you starting to get it when you hear that there's no baseball activity going on, but someone needs Tommy John surgery? How does that even happen? What?
Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, hopefully it comes back good. I mean, we're gonna pick up slack for him, but I understand the frustration from all the fans, and they want our best lineup out there. They want Syndergaard out there, but I mean, I think a lot of teams go through. I mean, every team's gonna have injuries. They're gonna lose a big guy. We're not the only team. I know, it happens. I mean, a lot, good amount, but I mean, we just get some big injuries, and but hopefully, that's all we have this year. We're all gonna come back strong. We're all gonna play well. I know Conforto's fine now, so we got no worries there. And that was a little scare at the beginning of the year, but he's good. Cespedes is coming back, so hopefully that's the last of the injuries. We can get through this year, and we're trying to win a World Series, so let's do that.
We're all in it together, man. That's what I'm trying to say. We're all in this together, and you guys have to deal with what we deal with, but it makes us stronger. It makes us a little crazier, for being honest, but that's fine. You said a guy coming back. Dom Smith's obviously coming back.
Yep.
You guys were fucking hilarious. Just everyone on the mic. Like, I think if we could bring that mic'd up baseball to whatever this season may be, if there is one, I think that could be like a small win that comes out of all this bullshit. Just having you guys on the mic, because your personalities are hilarious. It's Dom and JD too. I think it was Dom was busting JD's chops about the cheat sheets and stuff like that. Right?
That's funny. Yeah. Cheat sheet. No, but I love that. That was great in spring trade. I think it'd be really hard to do it in a game, like in a game that matters, and we have to perform, because I forgot how many outs there were, like 6 times.
Did you?
Like, I was so focused on, like, what am I saying? Like, who's talking? What's going on? Dom's mic's not working. All right, what are we doing? Hold on. But, like, I think for somebody on the bench to do it, if Dom's got the off day and you mic up Dom and I have an off day, the mic up, like, that would be funny. Like, that's fine. Like, because we're watching the game, but we don't need to know how many outs there are or anything like that.
Who on the team besides you two did it? Who's like the class clown? Who would be the funniest on the mic?
Dom and JD for sure. JD? Dom and JD, and then you're.
I like to hear that.
Pete's always going to say something good too. So Pete's a good talker. But I think me, Dom, JD. I think if we had Conforto, I think if we get the Cookie Club, we got. We always have a good time. If we get Nims, Pete, Conforto, JD, Dom, me, like, that'd be a fun. If you mic'd us all up on the field, it would kind of be a shit show, but it would be hilarious.
Well, I'm thinking cookie club t-shirts. Let's go. I don't know. I like the term. I like that.
I think
I got kind of scared too because I was thinking, I'm like, wait, these guys have been hammering the Insomniac cookies. I'm like, in quarantine, we're all struggling right now in quarantine. I've gained at least 1, maybe 2 chins. And I'm like, if these guys are hammering down the cookies right now, we're going to have just like RBI baseball figures going onto the field. Everyone's just going to be looking like me. And I was terrified of that. So I guess you guys are still staying in pretty good shape, trying to do what you can do to keep it off. All right, good.
Yeah,
good. That would be a Mets thing.
I had to walk 18 holes yesterday, so that was brutal. But that'll keep me in shape. That'll keep me in shape. But yeah, they sent me a box of cookies, so I got a whole box of Insomnia cookies here. Crushing them. They're just too good.
Man. What have you been watching? You been streaming anything? Binging anything?
Not really.
I can see you not being a TV guy.
Oh, I'm a huge TV
Are you?
guy. I don't do it from the couch. I just throw on they basically throw reruns of Friends on, so I'll watch that. I've been watching Ozark.
How good is Ozark?
Ozark's great. I think we just got to the 3rd season. I think we're like quarter of the way through the 3rd season. So
the 3rd season gets wild. Buckle up.
Does it?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. There's another one that just kind of came out too. I forgot the name of it. I think it's like number 2 on Netflix right now.
Is it Money Heist? You watching that?
Not Money Heist. It's the one where they find like the boat in the lake. I forgot.
Outer Banks.
Yeah, Outer Banks. We've been watching that a little bit. I think we're like 3 or 4 episodes into that. I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, so I might.
Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't gone into that. I've watched like the first 6 episodes. I couldn't get into it really. Like it was tough. Like I had no idea what was going on.
First, let me give you 2 hints. First, put on the subtitles. Helps immensely with Game of Thrones because there's so many names and places and weird shit. And if you read it, you'll actually remember it better.
The accents are tough.
And 2, I hate to say this, because when people say it to me, I always want to kill them. The first season is a little bit of a grind, but it's worth it. If you can get, it's a lot to ask. You kind of watch 10 hours. But if you get to season 2, by the time you're on season 4, you'll thank yourself for doing it. But the ending was so shitty that I don't know. Clem, would you recommend it to someone right now?
I heard they just like stop at season 7 or something.
Yeah,
You're good.
What's the point if you're not going to see the ending? So I don't know if I can. Can you in good conscience tell someone to watch?
I feel like what you do is you watch like the first 6 or 7 seasons, and then you watch like there's probably a YouTube that cuts the last season into like.
I think they said like season 7, episode 4 or something. Like end it.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I mean, I've heard that, but
it's sad that it ended that way. But
did you get into Tiger King, Jeff? Did you?
No. So my wife watched that. I haven't watched that yet. So I think that that's all I know is Carol did it. That's the one thing.
Yeah, that bitch
or something like that. Yeah. That's the only thing I know from that. So I'll probably watch that. I mean, it's just hard sometimes to, sit down for 7 hours and, binge watch a show. I'm on my phone too much. So.
Oh, I hear that.
Like, I just look at my phone. I don't pay attention. That's why I think Game of Thrones is hard. I heard you have to like sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
You can't have your phone out or anything. So.
When you're addicted to your phone, what are you doing? You an Instagram guy, a TikTok guy, a Twitter guy?
Just no TikTok. I can't do that. Just Instagram, Twitter. I've been doing a lot of Twitch stuff. I've been, gaming online. So
What games do you play?
The MLB The Show. He's our rep.
Right.
The Players League. I just got smacked last night by Joey Gallo.
Oh yeah, he's intense, right?
He's so good. I mean, I was throwing good pitches and he's hitting them 480 feet. I'm like, what the? What?
Did you see the video he made complaining about the pictures that the game gave him?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
So funny.
That was hilarious.
I didn't see it. Yes.
So he's going through everybody else's, and he's like the background pictures when you select the player.
Yeah.
Guy like beautiful swing.
Yeah.
Good, and then Joey Gallo's got a face. It's crazy. His face is like.
Yeah, he's like, it's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like he got fooled by like a 68 mile an hour curveball and he swung in the dirt. Like it's pretty bad. Exactly. They changed it though. They did change it.
Did they?
They ended up. I think the video.
That's the power. All right.
So if you guys had to rate me on speed, what would you guys want? 1 to 100. Where's my speed?
I feel like you got wheels, right?
Yeah. Well, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts on my speed.
83.
Yeah, I was gonna say 85.
I'm a 51.
What? That's Wilmer Flores.
They got
Duke at the end of his career.
Martolo.
Yeah.
I'm so slow in the game. They got like Nims at like 55. I'm like, but then they got Real Muto at like 70.
What?
And they got Jorge Alfaro at like 75. It was a catcher. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm faster than them. Like, I beat out a lot of infield singles in my career. Like I
Did you? All right, you know what we're gonna do? If Joey Gallo can get his fucking picture changed from going online,
get my speed.
We're gonna rally this.
And I like they have my base stealing ability kind of low, because I never attempt to steal bases because Pete Alonso's hitting right behind me. I look at my first base coach and I go, "Do you want me to steal?" He goes, "No, just stay here. I'll hit a homer." And he hits a homer. Like,
don't worry about it, bro. You don't have to do any work.
You get to jog in a minute.
Yeah, I think so. Like, and what a lot of people don't know, like they see my stolen bases. I think I had like 6 or 7 last year, but I was like thrown out 5 times. I think 4 of the 5 times were missed hit and runs, 3-2 counts, or a first and third play where I'm on third and we're going on, like, we're just going. We're hoping he throws down and I'm going. So like I think the catcher pump faked and it's a cut stealing. So like I think I was out like 5 times on that this year. And I think I was caught stealing like 1 or 2 times. Like actually I'm getting the base.
Okay. Like we'll start a movement here. We gotta believe like Twitter movement. I'm gonna complain to them until the fix, because this is a miscarriage of justice.
I just think I'm faster than 51. Like, I mean,
right you are, Jeff McNeil. Give me a break.
They got Pete like a 45 maybe. So I think I'm faster. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say
I'm much faster than Pete.
But all right. 51 for you, not so much. So the solemn promise to you is that we will at least make enough noise that I can't promise anything, but we will make some noise for you, brother.
Yeah, I'm at least 70. Solid 70. At least. I mean, I'll get my fair share of infield singles.
Yeah.
Like,
come on.
If I'm running out of the box, I have one of my, like ass out little flicks to the shortstop. I'll beat it out. So
MLB has that entire video thing too, where you can look at like every highlight or hit anyone's ever had. We're just gonna go through and we're gonna grind out every single stolen base or, like you said, infield single, and we're gonna be like
just time, like, do a time for my infield single, like boom, or a bunt, like.
You know what you
like 3-8 or 3-9 on a bunt, like it's moving.
Why don't you get out there right now and play St. Lucie and make a video showing like your 40 time or something like that, or your 40th.
Oh, my 40 time.
Yeah,
that's too far.
And we will start to blast that out there. We need some proof, and we'll make it happen. All right, dude.
All right, let's do it.
We appreciate the time. We hope to get to see you soon on the diamond, because you are a joy to watch. But stay healthy and stay ready in case the news comes down, because we want to hit you. All right,
we're doing that. Yeah, absolutely.
Have a good one, dude. Stay safe.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Later.
All right, bye.
Cool. Good stuff. So that was pretty long. That was like 30 minutes. You want to just do? I feel like just Cohen would be like the main to talk about. I mean, there's not much else, right?
No, nothing else that J-Lo and A-Rod. I guess that too, which I mean we kind of touched on in the past, right?
Shit, yeah. All right, so let's do. We'll do that. We'll do like this portion first, so I can do an ad and then say we'll go with Jeff McNeil.
Yep.
All right. It's another off-season edition of We Gotta Believe. It's brought to you by the Blue Mountains of Coors Light. We got a huge episode. We got the squirrel Jeff McNeil, who just sat down with us for, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. A lot of great talk with him, and everything's better when you're enjoying a nice cold Coors Light, especially with baseball, right? I feel like beer and baseball just go hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
It's 5 o'clock everywhere in quarantine. That's my new line right there.
Doesn't matter. Day, night, sun up, sun down. But baseball is, it's in flux. Baseball's in question. It's never in question. Coors Light. The only question with Coors Light is, are the mountains blue enough to drink? Otherwise, you know exactly what you're getting every time. It's Old Faithful right here. Coors Light is the best way to enjoy a ball game, whether it's a simulated video game or a real one. Whether you're at the park, 6 feet away from everybody, or you're on your couch all alone, it does not matter, because baseball is an addiction. It's a joy. It's our lives. and Coors Light is right there with it to compliment us and keep, in the good times where it's like nice cold beer during a beautiful ball game, and in the bad times where it's like, oh my God, we just blew another fucking 8th inning lead, and it's our 30th blown save of the year, and we should have never traded our prospect for this guy, and then you got Coors Light to keep you off the ledge and keep you calm and cool. So get yourself some Coors Light.
I'm teaching my kids that the mountains turn blue because it's the official beer of the New York Mets. The Mets are blue, so that's how we're going to do it. Our friends out in Golden, Colorado, this is what they do.
What you just said there is very important. It's the mountains don't turn black, right? They turn blue. And the Mets turn blue. Howie Rose said it, and I continue to see the black uniforms movement. Now the latest debate I saw was whether you like the black with the New York in block or whether you like the black with the Mets script. None of them. None of it. I don't like any of it. So get off it. I don't care if Pete Alonso likes it. Anyway, we'll get into Jeff McNeil, but there's
only one thing that matters right now. In everything.
Seriously, the only thing that matters in life is the Mets ownership situation. And a little birdie told DeClembe that guess who's back in the mix? Uncle Stevie Cohen.
Uncle Stevie Cohen. Baby. So I mean, it's unbelievable. I think I know.
Before you even go, I just want to say we can't do this to ourselves again. We have to have learned our lesson. We got our hopes up, and then we basically we touched the money. We threw a parade, and look what happened. So let's not get crazy, but also let's get crazy.
Let's get crazy. One of our guys, not D Wright, he hit me up on Twitter. He's like, Clem, I can't do this again. And I said, listen, I'm with you. I think we're all in the same place. Like, we don't want to go back and like you said, touch the money. But in quarantine, I think everything goes. We're eating terribly. We're doing stuff. We're not exercising. We're doing nothing. We just need to feel good right now. And like, we're treating the Bulls documentary and the NFL draft like it's the Super Bowl, right? Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to treat someone from Wharton tweeting, Laura Goldman, shout out Laura Goldman, tweeting, my Wharton classmate Steve Cohen has confirmed he has re-entered the bidding for the Mets. He expects to submit a lower bid than his previous offer of $2.6 billion. Like, the Mets just signed Beltran, Pedro, got Johan in a trade all on the same day, and just start thinking of the magic. Like we said, Uncle Stevie, the opening day gala, technically still on. Yeah. Hasn't technically been canceled. He hasn't missed it yet.
Bro, I mean, all of this could have just been, we're just prolonging it. It was just, we have to just wait a little bit longer. Everything else might go off the way he intended it. It just took a little extra time. And
we can bring Beltran back. Why not? Just put him, move Rojas back down the org chart. No one's going to, like, the Astros aren't going to get booed. No one gives a shit anymore. The fucking Red Sox didn't get a penalty. They got slapped on the wrist.
First, I don't think that the Red Sox really deserved a penalty. And I feel, I can't believe how emotionally affected I was by JT Watkins. I feel so bad for this guy. He's just some fucking regular ass dude. And he's not going to get a job in baseball, at least anytime soon. And that guy got fucked, man. I feel so bad for him.
He's the Dorito Dink guy from the Deflategate. Like, there's a couple bodies buried in Boston, and it's all the people that were on the bottom of the org chart that just took the hit on the chin.
You gotta hope that means that there's a duffel bag sitting on your front step when you get home, though, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Hey, here's your cardboard box to pack your things up, and look at the bottom of it because it's lined with like 100 cash. But yeah, I mean, so here's the deal. Stevie Cohen, I feel like this makes sense because once you get your heart set on something and you're a billionaire, I don't think you just let it go. I think that he was probably pissed off in the moment. God, when I do my fucking must, like, it started to itch me so bad. I'm trying to grow it out, but it just itches the fuck out of me.
You're in no man's land right now. You're in no man's land of the beer game. I've been there.
Oh, I gotta power
Stick to it.
So when you're a billionaire, you get your hopes up, you get your heart set on something. You don't just fucking give it up. And I think in the beginning, it was more like he didn't want to give up on the idea of owning the Mets. He wanted to be like, all right, fuck you, Jeff Wilpon. Like, I'm going to give you $2.5 billion. Now you're being a little bitch. Now you're changing the terms. Fuck off. You don't get my money. And then things calm down. The pettiness and the fire of the fight kind of subside. And then it's like a relationship. It's like, you know, I'm done. We're finished. I'm breaking up with you. And then a couple months later, you're like, well, you know, still kind of into you. I still want you. So that's Steve with the Mets, and I think it makes perfect sense that he'd come back around from an emotional point of view. I think it makes perfect sense that he'd come back around in a financial point of view because things are so uncertain right now. I'm sure if you're the Wilpons and you're already hurting for money and you're already like, we have to sell this team as is. Now think about a year with no income. I feel like now might be the time more than ever that the Wilpons have to sell. So I hope that Steve Cohen comes back in like with a way lower offer that the Wilpons have to take, and the Wilpons basically fuck themselves out of like $1 billion. How great would that be? How great would it be if you assholes overplayed your hand, you got greedy, you fucked yourself, and now you get 1.7 instead of 2.6.
It's the only thing keeping me going right now, to be honest with you, Kev. It's the only thing, the thought of, Jeff Wilpon is living in Fred's house right now because he's a fucking child that probably can't take care of himself. And right. Fred sees him every morning. He's like, you motherfucker, you cost me probably at least $1 billion. God knows if this thing's ever going to get sold. God knows if there's ever going to be Major League Baseball again. And he just hates the shit out of him. And I've never seen Billions, but tell me about Billions. Tell me if this is true. Would Bobby Axelrod start a pandemic to then drive the price down on the asset he couldn't get because of a couple buffoons, and then coming to the door, taking it from them, and just laying the rest of the world to waste? Is that something Bobby Axelrod would do? Not Stevie Cohen, Bobby Axelrod.
Bobby Axelrod has like a Ray Donovan type of guy who like operates in the shadows and he does that kind of shit.
That's all cats.
He's always got a bag of money or something, or like one of those manila envelopes that you pull out the photographs and it's like blackmail evidence. And I also could see him just being like reaching his pocket and pulling out like a little vial and being like, all you got to do is like drop this in a fucking market in China and we'll have your team, dude. It's entirely possible. We know Steve Cohen stops at nothing to get done what there's two possibilities, and maybe they worked in cahoots. The Houston Astros and Steve Cohen, they started Corona. Because the Astros, I mean, they are so off the hook for their bullshit. And if maybe they got together and they're like, all right, listen, we'll go in on this half and half. We'll end the world and everybody gets what they want baseball wise. It would be unbelievable if in the end it all came back and it was Steve Cohen. It kind of makes sense. I hope he just does 1.9 billion and $1. Just like one a little bit higher than the next closest bid. And as much as I admire and love my coworker Alex Rodriguez and his lovely wife or fiance, I hope that Steve Cohen outbids them because it sounds like they're the other big front runner, or not. I shouldn't say front runner actually, because I believe it's actually a long shot, but they're at least the other talked about option here is the J-Lo A-Rod conglomerate buying the Mets.
Yeah, I think we could both agree that like A-Rod and J-Lo buying the Mets is good as like bloggers. Probably not the best thing as Mets fans. We've heard enough about A-Rod. It seems like A-Rod right now he's riding high, but he has had some big fuck ups in his life, right? So I don't know if I want that guy owning the team. Your brother said like the inevitable J-Lo A-Rod divorce that would come down the road would definitely like fuck the Mets up somehow. So we don't want and then they have to get all these investors and different rich people to invest in them. And that's not, I don't think Major League Baseball wants it. They just want one dude who's owned the team for years as a part owner, like Steve Cohen, and he's fucking loaded. And he's actually like, from everything we've read, it sounds like Steve's doing fine in this whole as the world goes to shit and they're giving away oil for free or they're paying you to take oil. It seems like Steve's doing pretty well right now. I feel like he has to be the guy for us, for Major League Baseball, if he's actually going to do it. And the fact he gets it at a discount off the Wilpons makes it basically the best thing ever. And for people who don't know, so Laura Goldman tweeted that thing out, and then she also tweeted out yesterday, once everyone started running with it, a current part owner of the Mets tells me the team situation is dire due to COVID-19. They are facing big losses and capital calls, which some of the owners can't pay. This makes Steve Cohen's offer to buy the Mets even more attractive. A part owner told me the Mets are facing $75 million in losses this season, which who's a part owner of the Mets, Kevin? Can you think of anyone who's a part owner of the Mets who knows Laura Goldman?
Bobby
motherfucking Axelrod. I love this guy. This is my favorite episode of Billions, and I've never seen an episode of Billions before.
And then, we have been known to, in the past, we got to believe, has been a very solid source when it comes to Steve Cohen news, and so we can confirm. We can double confirm what's being said. But, I mean, that makes total sense. If the Wilpons, prior to all this, were like, all right, the jig is up. We can't sustain this anymore. We got to sell this. And then all of a sudden you face an entire season or maybe more with no ticket sales, no concessions, no merch, none of that shit. He's probably going to – it's whether it's him or someone else. You're going to get it on the cheap now. I feel like, I feel like he was probably paying a premium before just to be like, let's get this done. I want it. And now I think they totally fucked themselves. And actually, as I'm talking through this, if that's true and Steve Cohen's in, he's not going to get outbid.
No, can't. He can't.
He basically can't. He really won't. So, like, if there is a bidding process and Steve Cohen's in on it, and it's most likely going to be occurring at a discount, and he's willing to go all the way back up to 2.6, Like, the thing about A-Rod and J-Lo, they have $700 million. That's fucking ashtray money in the world we're talking about. So, yeah, maybe they can leverage that, take out some loans or some shit, and put together some investors. But that's like they're going to blow their load just to get the team, So once they get it, and it's like, all right, now we got to go sign this guy and that guy and give out these contracts and do this, they're going to be like, we're tapped out because we did everything we could just to get our foot in the door. Steve Cohen is just tip of the iceberg. So I feel like he can outbid these guys, and then once he has the team, then you start to do your work. Whereas for A-Rod and J-Lo, just getting the team is the work. That was their big accomplishment. Steve Cohen's like, my big accomplishment is going to be what I do after I own them. So I love the idea of J-Lo and A-Rod from a blogger point of view. It's sexy, it's funny, it's ridiculous. This power couple, a baseball phenom, a J-Lo pop sensation. But financially and baseball wise, I don't think they're the best fit. And we know who is from a baseball point of view, from a money point of view, from a criminal point of view. Like, he is the best. And if he truly is in on this, I don't want to count my chickens yet again, but I can't see it. Like, is someone else just going to win the bid or something? Unless the Wilpons can like pick and choose and fuck him over. How does he not win this bid?
The only thing that scared me about when this thing fell apart the first time was like we would hear the whispers of it and the unchecked rumors, but there would be nothing that would come and he would just disappear into the wind, right? Like that guy Einhorn. Remember that was like the last guy who was going to buy the Mets, and I forgot his name. It had been so I only remember because Finkel and Einhorn is Finkel. But this report went crazy, and we were getting tagged in it nonstop, and I didn't even make a mention of it for like an entire day. I went on Twitter, I searched for it. And then out of the blue, the source who got our entire scoop started DM me and was like, just want to say, I'm hearing the same, like, this is legit. That's what my source said. I then went to double source because I have another source in this. And that source says, I'm hearing just rumors right now. So like, this isn't I don't have the triple source. This doesn't have the triple source Clem stamp of approval. It has the double source stamp of approval though.
That's
pretty fucking good.
Most people don't even have one source. They certainly don't wait for two. And Clem is a man of honor and integrity. Yes. Clem gives you the two-source stamp. It's not quite the triple stamp. You can't triple stamp the double stamp. But if you get the double stamp, we're talking, we're cooking with gas here. This is the real deal.
And he, this person, I'm not gonna say he or she. This person sent it to me without me asking because I don't want, because I mean, if I ask this person about like every single rumor we heard about Steve Cohen. First of all, it would just be a dickhead move to flood the DMs. But second of all, it's like, I don't want to know until, like, I don't want to wait. I want to wake up and I want to see the presents in front of the tree. I don't want to know anything, either yes or no. And then, everyone used to wake up 20 times on Christmas Eve. And you just keep thinking, all right, it's morning. Christmas morning could be coming. There's fucking reindeers on the roof. I hear jingle bells. That's all I'm saying. We have sources out there. Now, this is my other set of thinking, though. I'm also worried that we're now playing the role of Tiki, where we're letting this be known, and we are going to spoil, like, everyone's going to get scared and going to go back to their respective corners, and it's going to blow up.
Okay. I think, as much as I hate to admit it, I think we did do that the first time. Or no, Tiki did that. We'll blame it on Tiki. I think that happened. But I almost think this time around, it's going to pressure them in a good way. Because I think if it's out there again, I don't think Steve Cohen wants egg on his face twice. I don't think that the Wilpons want to be known for other investors as this cock tease, in and out, like, no, never mind. So I think that if it gets out there again, they might be like, all right, we got to get this done, or we're all going to look like assholes for doing this twice. Because I think that has business ramifications and reputation ramifications that people don't want. I don't think the Wilpons want to be known as this like unprofessional tease. Like, what if there's other
even more so than they already are?
They already are. But, if there's a long list of billionaires who would be interested, who are like, I'm not going to waste my time with that guy because he's going to come up with some new terms at the last minute, or he's going to pull out again. And for Steve Cohen, who has this reputation of like, I get what I want, I get shit done. When I say this, it happens. If he all of a sudden is known as the guy who can't seal the deal, I don't think that's good for him either. So my spin zone for this is that us making it public might actually pressure them in the positive direction.
No, I'm with you on that. Again, I said this. You said like egg on my face. I said, I feel like there's this whole thing, all these rumors. It's just a bunch of cookie batter, and we're just making it. We're throwing the eggs in, and we're eating the cookie batter, and we're getting sick because the Wilpons are salmonella. We're not just throwing the cookies, putting it on the tray, letting this thing bake, and out we get delicious Steve Cohen as our owner cookies. And he's also going to have $1 billion extra to spend on players that he didn't use spending on the team to buy it. And we're just going to go shopping with God knows this is going to be the greatest free agent class ever because no one's playing this year. How does that even? I'm getting ahead of myself right now. I'm eating the cookie dough. I'm eating the cookie dough, Kevin. And I apologize for anyone who doesn't want to eat the cookie dough, but I need to eat the cookie dough right now. I need to do it.
Better than the honestly, when it comes to the Mets, the cookie dough is always better than the cookies. The hope that we have, the moves that we make, that we can have, hope springs eternal. This year's our year. That's the cookie dough. When you actually bake the cookies, they inevitably suck. You overcook them. Mm-hmm. They're hard. They fall apart. They're crunchy. The cookie dough is all we have. And the Wilpons are the salmonella who is making us sick from doing it. But guess what? We got a new guy coming in, and he's those Toll House cookies that come, like you can just eat the cookie dough now?
Yes.
That's Steve Cohen. There's no threat of salmonella. They don't use
cookie dough Cohen.
It's Cohen cookies. Let's get a whole batch of Cohen cookies, man. The cookie dough is Steve Cohen. And I think we're about to eat a big fat fucking bowl of it. That's what I think. You know what? Fuck it. I'm in. I'm back in. I can't stop myself. We're in. Steve Cohen's buying the Mets. Let's fucking go.
Don't you fucking dare tweet out anything, though. Don't you tweet out that we're going to win 10 World Series and you're going to be a millionaire.
Go and cookie dough. Book the parade. Punch and forget the cake. Punch and cookies will be served.
Punch and cookies will be served. Yes. That's right. Punch and cookies will be served. We got Jeff McNeil. He's going to be on the float eating the cookie gang is a whole other fucking thing now.
Let's fucking go. We're all in the cookie club.
Eat the cookie dough, everyone. Salmonella is fake. Fake news. Fucking drink bleach if you get salmonella. It'll be all right.
It's a Democratic hoax invented by the liberals. Right. Let's talk to the world.
Got off the rails.
He's here, and we'll talk to you guys next week. And in the meantime, you got to believe.
Got to believe.
All right, boys.